Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Dratnos' Minecraft Technic Pack Let's Play. So, let's see what's new today. Well, first off, you'll notice that there's now a sand and dirt platform below our Arboretum over here. And, the reason we've done this is because the way that the Arboretum works, actually, is that it outputs sand. Every time a tree grows, the block below it turns to sand. You'll see here. Some of these blocks have now turned to sand. And then when the Arboretum gets back around to... Ooh, okay, we've run out of power on our steam engine, actually. Let's go ahead and fill that up with some more charcoal. Oop. Yeah, when the Arboretum gets around, it'll replace these sand with humus and actually store the sand inside here. So sand's an output. Sand is an... It comes into the Arboretum. Humus goes out of the Arboretum. And beforehand, the way it was working was it would the tree would fertilize, the block would turn to sand, and it would just fall down below. So I added this little platform here to catch the first few sands, and then from here on out they'll all be added back into the Arboretum. So that's a pretty good improvement here. And I believe that as soon as this fills up completely, they're going to be spit out and start going around this, and then ported back to our base. Also, I've made this a little bit more compact because it was destroyed by a few trees growing before when it was up a bit higher. So that's what's new here. I've refilled the humus, you can see, and it's these saplings are all produced by this, so it's doing great at producing saplings. And the logger has produced a bunch of logs. Let's go check out, in our base, everything that's been created. Right. So I've added 1 and a bit stacks of wood here. But I've also added... I set them up to automatically smelt the charcoal and send it to the same place as glass. That's a temporary fix, but you can see it's created all this charcoal. And so we've pretty much got infinite charcoal generated out there because it requires only about 1/3 of the charcoal it produces. Or maybe even 1/4, or a bit less. So that's certainly not bad. Let's go ahead and re-torch a bit of this area here. Looks like we've lost some torches. It's a bit of a problem. Yeah, actually that is... Okay, we can fix that if we change this later. So yeah, that's what's been going on here. You'll notice that block there of sand just changed back to humus, and next pump it should... Okay, no, it's doing other stuff around here. Then it'll replant all the saplings it has, and get back going. I need to make sure that I don't let it run out again. Okay. Thing number 2, our quarry over here that has been quarrying this evil, hateful village, has made a bit of progress. It's way slower, because it's... I don't know. It's got to be 9 times the surface area of this guy, maybe even a bit more. I mean, it's like 4 times the width and like 6 times the length, so actually way more, like 20 times the surface area of this. So it's going to take 20 times longer to mine out each layer. So you'll see over here, it's going valiantly, still mining out stuff, and we've started mining out the poor little houses, actually, which is very humorous. You can see there the whales of their building. That's W-A-I-L-S. Can't actually see them. You would be able to hear them if they could make them. But that's what's going on over there. Our quarry is working properly. Let's go ahead and check what our power situation is like. I believe that we have more than enough power to run this whole machine, as is. Oh, hello. Actually, our MFE... Oh, because it's daytime. Yeah, in daytime it recovers, and at nighttime it uses some of the excess. There's one of the logs now coming from our Arboretum, which I've set it up to go and get smelted and then sent over to the sandbox, which is also a temporary thing. Temporary. Now, as far as the Nether goes, I did do an expedition into the Nether. I did film it, but it was very, very boring, so I'll just give you a quick update as to what's happened in the Nether. It was actually, like, there was no fighting or anything. It was just me walking around in the Nether gathering some glowstone. So here's our little base that I've set up in the Nether. I've added a waypoint, so I'll always be able to find it if I go somewhere else. We happen to spawn, if you look at the Y value here, at 102 height, which is pretty much the roof of the Nether. I think there's like 10 more layers up above us. So that was very lucky. And that, of course, then there's a bunch of glowstone clusters that we could very easily get to. I didn't hear or see any ghasts last visit. There's this guy here, who was here before, actually. An iron-armored zombie pigger. And I do hear ghast, I think. They're probably below me. I don't really know what the landscape of this Nether is like. But yeah, you can hear ghast. Let's see what's over here. Ooh, a big rat. Okay. I'm gonna head back to our delightful little base here and return to the real world. So we have more than enough glowstone I picked up in the real world, or from here, and brought back to the real world last time. Managed to leave our door open. That was probably a bad idea in the Nether. That's okay. Let's pop back over to reality. Nice. Okay. So, with the glowstone dust that I acquired, which I'm now wondering where I put. Where did I put the glowstone dust? Uh-oh. In here? No. Here? No. Here? No. This is a fun game. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where's the glowstone? Show me the glowstone. Oops. Glowstone in here? No. Here? No. Here? No. Here? No. Where on earth did I put the glowstone? Ah, here. Okay. Of course, the last one that I'd check. Well, second last one that I'd check. So, gathered some glowstone, gathered some redstone, and the next thing that I did was create a Philosopher's Stone, which is created according to this recipe. Oops. Like so. Philosopher's Stone. I've already made one, but that's the recipe for it. And where did I put the Philosopher's Stone? Where did I put it? Where'd it go? There it is. There's my Philosopher's Stone. It looks like it's low repair, but that's actually just you can set it to different charge levels. I'm not entirely sure what each one does, but I know you can. So let's go have some fun with our Philosopher's Stone here. Let me show you. First off, okay, the primary function of the Philosopher's Stone is to make transmutations. It used to be able to transmute pretty much everything into pretty much everything else, but they've changed that system a bit. So now it can primarily only transmute a few things. It can transmute iron into gold, gold into diamond, and then diamond back down to gold, and gold back down to iron. So the recipe for doing that kind of transmutation, 4 gold makes a diamond, like so. Keep the Philosopher's Stone, and you make a diamond. It's great. I'm going to keep the gold I have now, because it doesn't matter really which form I have the resource in. I have either 38 gold or 9.5 diamond. It doesn't matter which one I keep them in. It only matters when I decide to use them. So let's go ahead and head down here and have some fun with the Philosopher's Stone, because it can do some new things. So the first thing you'll notice over here is that this is sand. It used to be dirt. And just by right-clicking, oops, you'll notice I can change one block easily into different types of block. I can change, depending on its location, I can change sand to grass, or sand to dirt, or smooth stone to cobblestone, and sometimes sand to cobblestone and cobblestone to dirt, depending on where they're relatively positioned. Then if I press V, charge it up a little bit. V again, charge it up a little bit more. And now I'm affecting much more area, you can see here. This might not be the best. Let me show you on some open ground. And if I press V again, charge it up even a bit more. Now I'm affecting an even larger radius. And there's the maximum charge. Boom. 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 So you'll see here, because the dirt was bordered by stone, it became cobblestone instead of sand, but if I click this one over here, it'll become sand, and turn all those to sand as well. Yes, quite cool. Quite cool indeed. So I can do a few other things. I can take this building, smooth stone, cobblestone. Can't do anything to that. Can't do anything to that. Boom, sand, sand, dirt, dirt. This isn't costing me any resources here. So these are all free. I can do all these many times as I want. Oh, you'll notice it even changes the shrubbery. Haha! Mega desert. Ooh. Of course, then it realizes that some of these weren't structurally supported, which is, it's a good idea to not be standing on the sand blocks when you transmute them, just in case. And smooth stone, cobblestone, smooth stone, cobblestone. Can't do anything to wood. I think those are all the transmutations I have available, but I might be wrong. I might have more. And depending on which... Okay, no. Ooh, cobble. So there's probably cobblestone bordering it back there, which is causing this to change from dirt to cobble instead of dirt to sand. Ooh, yeah, this turns to cobble as well. Let's make it all cobble if we can. How do we do that? Where's some cobble? We need some cobble-backed items. Nice. Nice. How do we do this here? Probably with this guy? No? Okay, how about this guy? How do we do this? I'm not even sure really how the mechanics here work, but yes. So that's one of the cool things we can do. Here's me in third person. You'll notice I'm wearing a different armor. This is bronze armor. It's more durable than iron in that it takes longer to break, but it protects you less from damage. So this is my new suit of armor here, because I don't want to replace it very often, and honestly, iron protection is fine. Let's go ahead and hop up to our base. So, our comment wall over there has become a bit obsolete because we no longer have villages to donate things to. So for now, I'm going to discontinue that. I'll bring it back as soon as there's anything we can actually do with it, like any sort of system, like once Millionaire gets fixed, for example. So let's go have a nap. I've re-enabled the Somnia mod, and I actually want to test now to see what kind of speed it gives me. Okay, so 1.2x for another 5 minutes. Okay, so I'll go ahead and pause the recording here and restart it once this is done. All right, here we are, finishing our sleep cycle, and there we go. Nice, 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 nice. You'll notice I've tested this, but the quarry keeps going during the sleep cycle, as does the stuff over there, and as does our power consumption. You'll notice there's an ogre over there. So indeed, ooh, we're low on noms. Let's go ahead and nom on some bread. So Somnia makes it great. Like you can have things still be productive when you go ahead and sleep. It's good for that. However, if you're solar panel based base, then you are gonna end up losing some of your efficiency because you don't just skip through the nights anymore. So let's see how we're doing here. Yeah, produced a lot of sand. We obviously used up some of our saplings in replanting stuff and some of our hummus. So I think I've got extra hummus sitting in one of my chests, actually. I'll go ahead and refill that now. So, as far as future plans go, first off, today is Tribes Game Day. By the time you hear this, probably we'll be done with that. But during the day today, I'll be hopping on at various times. Here's my hummus. And playing Tribes with fans. So that's going to be good. I might record some of those and release them, or keep them as like a reserve for days when I'm busy. So that's what's happening today. But then from here on out, I've become a bit disillusioned with having a floating base. It's kind of cool, but there's a few significant downsides. Like the difficulty, if I wanted to move these pipes or add extra stuff under here, the difficulty associated with that would be quite immense. Like I'd have to mine out underneath and go under and actually set up blocks underneath. I'd probably have to use some buckets of water so I could actually get down below this level. So that's, it's not necessarily worth it, especially as I add more and more advanced things. So what I'm considering doing is changing this spaceship into like a living place, setting up, a few furniture and stuff with the red power mod, making it look good, and taking all of the actual stuff, like the Technic stuff, this thing, our machines downstairs, and moving them to like an underground bunker. So what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to let this quarry finish here, and then I'll go ahead and rebuild a terrain on top of it and build a base in the hollow space below. So that's the current plan. I might do some time-lapse videos of that. I'm not sure. It might be just very boring, and I might do absolutely nothing to show you of that. I'll just give you a quick tour when it's done. Please trust me when I show you or don't show you things. Like, trust me, the Nether was boring, and I'm not gonna release boring videos. It's not something that I will ever do. I'm sorry if you want to see everything, but I can't do that because the problem with that is that if somebody then sees that and clicks through on their subscriber page and then sees it and it's boring, then they'll end up not clicking through in future videos, and I'll lose, and maybe even unsubscribing if they see a boring video. So even if for 5% of people it would be something they'd want to see, I can't just upload it to YouTube because it'll be broadcast to 100% of my subscribers, which is not something that I want to do. So in future, if they can set up something where I can only broadcast to where I can have people decide, and this would be a cool YouTube feature. If people could specify how interested they were in a channel, whether they wanted major videos or minor videos from the channel, or all videos or whatever, and then you could flag your video as either a major thing or as a minor thing or a long thing or something that you think's boring, and then you could have subscribers self-select whether or not they wanted to be shown that, then I'd upload everything, because that would make more sense. But as the system works right now, I can't afford to upload anything that at least 70% of people don't find interesting, or at least I think that 70% of people will find interesting, if that makes sense. So that's the current plan with this. You'll notice I found a crowbar. I think that's used for the railcraft mod, and I think I'm gonna set up. So here's my new plan. I'll set up like a hollow central base there, and put other bases for other mods all over the place, and have each mod kind of have its own underground base type thing, and then I'll use railcraft to connect all of them and have a cool like underground train station set up. That's the current plan. It's obviously not going to turn out that well, but that would be cool. Also, I'm going to replace our water elevator here with a teleporter. Teleporter, like this. This isn't actually all that expensive. I think I can make all this. Yeah, I can make all this. I just need to get some carbon plates and advanced alloys, which I think I have everything I need to make. These just both need compressors, which I can also make. Also, you'll notice I've explored a bit more on our map here. So that's something that I'll be doing off camera for the next few episodes until we have a complete map over there. So let's go take a look at this, the lamentations of this village here. Up we go. Up our little staircase. Nice, 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 nice. Not bad. Very not bad. Cool. Let's go see, let's see what it's up to. You'll notice that I've included this old quarry in the quarry space. It's gotten down about 10 layers, it looks like. Taking a very long time to do that, because the problem is, right now, it feels pretty bad because it has to go across this blank space pretty much each time. Because it has to go, like, when it comes across back horizontally this way, it gets to here, and it doesn't just move on to here. It has to actually go all the way over here until it's finished mining that stair block right there. Ooh, I hear something. Do I have any ranged weapons? I don't think I do. Alright, you crystal. Ah! Ooh, got him! Got him! Oh! Sniping me. How is it still hitting me from here? Okay. No, it's gotta come get line of sight. Oh! Oh! Oh no! Oh no. I'm gonna chill back here. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? I am low on health. Coming to get me. Ooh. Okay. Okay, where's it coming? Where's it going? Where's it going? Where is it going? Oh, it could absolutely kill me right now. Okay, let's go. Oh, God. Oh, God. We need to end this. Come on. Get him. Did I get him? Yes, I got him. I got a verdant Viz crystal. I don't know what that does. I think that's from the Thaumcraft mod. Not sure what these Viz crystals do, but they certainly are challenging to get if you happen to be without a delightful ranged weapon. So I think I'll start carrying around a ranged weapon at all times for that purpose. Also, it doesn't give me nearly enough XP for how challenging that is to kill. And wow, it's totally gone through my bronze legs right there. Ooh, chunk error. Let's see if we have anything interesting below our area here. Anything? Anything? Doesn't look like anything interesting. No, not really. No diamond either, to the best of my sight. There's some nickelite. Nothing else. Okay. Wow, ooh. Hang on, is it... It is just letting me walk in here. I guess this was created by the quarry. Maybe right between asleep and awake, it started mining this block. I don't know. Either way, a little bit of a bug there. Not a huge problem. Certainly not. Alright. So, for next episode, I'm going to take this stuff down, and I'm going to hide it under this quarry once it's done. I keep sleeping to make the quarry work faster, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to spend like 30 minutes clicking the sleep button until this quarry is done. So, that's the plan. Let's go check up on our machine and our current storage status, actually, because it would be interesting to know how we're doing there. First off, I know we've been mining a lot of basalt, and we've been smelting it all. Yeah, we're getting pretty close to full on the basalt here. Let's do a quick visual inspection of the quarry and see how much more we're going to have to take. Doesn't look... Oh, yeah, we're going to get all of this basalt here for a few layers. So we're going to need to take that basalt and store it somewhere. I'm actually going to design a new system for storing things. It's going to use logistic pipes and some red power stuff to make everything a lot simpler and better. So I'm going to do that in one of the coming episodes. I'm not sure when I'm going to implement this change and move myself off the spaceship, but I am going to build all future things down below, and I'm going to start moving things from up here. I'll start also decorating inside and making it look nice up here, because this is going to be where I, like, spend time and, you know, survey the world around as things happen. So, thanks everybody for watching. This has been Dratnos. Goodbye.